Hey guys, welcome back to another GTA Online video. My name is Saintsfan, and today, what you're seeing behind me is all of the personal vehicles, all 12 of the personal vehicles you can have out at one time in GTA Online. I've done a similar video to this in the past about a year or two ago, and I believe at the time we only had about 8. So over the last few updates, we are now at 12, and I'm gonna just go over all the vehicles that you can have out. And my only wonder, I'm in an invite only lobby right now doing this. What would happen if you're in a full public lobby with 30 people and every single person in that lobby decides to spawn all of these personal vehicles? Would the game just break? Maybe. Actually, doing the math, if you did have 30 people in a full session with everything you're seeing here, you would actually have, I think, 360 personal-esque vehicles out in the game. I think that's minus 20 or so because there's only 10 CEO or MC slots. So I think you'd only have 10 like CEO Buzzards. But yeah, 360 vehicles. That would be crazy to see. All right, let's just go one by one and see what we got. Of course, we're going to start with the behemoth in the back, the Kasaka. Now, this is actually in a category with 3 other vehicles. It's part of the services. So you either have, well, the Yacht doesn't really count. Although, hey, look, the Yacht is back there. So if you want to count that, that's technically a 13th vehicle. But you can't really drive that. The Kasaka you can. And the other vehicles that you can have spawned in this category are the MOC, the Avenger, or the Terabyte. You can't have all of these out at the same time. You can only have one out. And just for the sake of this, I mean, the Kasaka, the submarine, the giant submarine, just looks so cool. So that's the one we have out. The next vehicle is the Buzzard here, and that is the simple SecuroServe vehicle. That's a CEO vehicle. It's one of any of these. There's a lot. A lot of them are kind of useless, but the Buzzard, of course, is probably the best one. And as we go through this, it's actually kind of funny. I could have done it so where we have 3 Buzzards, but each from a different category, because you could have the CEO Buzzard, you can have a personal vehicle Buzzard, and then you could also have a Pegasus Buzzard. But anyway, so we have the services, the submarine, and then we have the CEO. Next up is just your personal vehicle. I mean, this is the one I have out, the newest truck that just released, the Drauger. But this could be any personal vehicle, you know, Presser Mark II. Again, it could be a personal aircraft, but I just chose for this. Then we actually have the Caddy. This is one of the newer additions. You have to call Agent 14 to get this. This is it's an interesting vehicle. It was only ever in our bunker, but Rockstar, for whatever reason, allowed us to have it out in the world. There's a couple of vehicles in this category. They're great out here, but you have the Caddy and a couple other, and not really great vehicles, but again, they are personal. They will spawn. They will show up on the map. I mean, I'm not punching the air. If we zoom in here, you can see, yep, there are all the icons. Now, what's interesting, I'm just noticing there's actually 10 of these. We have 12 vehicles out. I think some of them despawned. Uh-oh. Or they're just not showing up. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So anyway, we have, those are the first 4. Now, the Hydra here in the background, this is a simple Pegasus vehicle. If you call wherever Pegasus is, way down here, you know, they'll spawn a bunch of different vehicles. Obviously, this one is a plane, but you can see, I mean, weaponized vehicles, military vehicles. You get the tank if you really wanted to. Blimp, any of these other ones is in that category. This bike, this is something I actually kind of forgot. It was introduced, I believe, in the agency DLC. If you call Amani, you can actually source a vehicle. You can source a motorcycle right here. Now, this is the one it spawned for me. I guess it's different no matter, or depending on where you are. We're on the beach, so I guess it thought we were off-road, so it spawned me this. But that is, what, the 6th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we also have another vehicle from the agency DLC. This is actually the company vehicle if you call Franklin. We give him a ring. You'll see you have a couple of options, and one of them is the company SUV. So this is a vehicle that will show up, and it is a little unique. It's got some armor plated and stuff. The Sparrow here, that's one that's actually from the Kasaka. You go to services, you go to Kasaka, and then boom, request vehicle Sparrow. So pretty easy. And actually, the dinghy here, I thought I'd throw it in here because it is a vehicle. It shows up on the mini map. This is also from the Kasaka. So there's the dinghy. Request dinghy. And you can actually have both of these out at the same time, which is kind of neat. I also believe the Sparrow, instead of the Sparrow, if we go back to that little menu, you can also choose between that or the Avisa. And then we get over here to the right side. We have the 3 remaining vehicles. This Dubsta here is actually found or gotten if you call Miss Baker. So if we scroll all the way down, we give her a ring. You can see the option here, car service. I guess maybe limousine, this would be the same thing, but car service, that is,
not possible.
well,
Sorry.
I can't click on it, but if you choose it, you can actually get a couple of different options, the Dubsta though being the cooler looking one. This one is a useless vehicle, but it is actually a new vehicle they just added. You get this limo by calling Tony. Now I made a big Rockstar logic on this. Why they decided in this latest update, the summer update, to add this feature to the game, I don't know, but you can request a limo from Tony. It's either the Shafter V12, which isn't even a limo, by the way, or the Patriot Stretch. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, the lights on this vehicle do not work, even at nighttime, so, and not that that matters that much, but it's just, you know, Rockstar logic. But yeah, that is one of the newer vehicles. And then the final one is this helicopter, which I am noticing isn't actually showing up as an icon on the minimap, which is a little disappointing, but it does spawn, and this is actually from your yacht. So this is if you call the captain, or I guess you could just drive to your yacht and then fly the helicopter over. But if you do call your captain, you can request a helicopter. So that is actually how we get 12. Let's just count them again. We have 1, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12 in the background. Also, again, 13 if you want to consider the yacht. And then maybe, I don't know exactly what will happen, but if you want to include, I think it's in inventory, the drones. If you want to include the drones, those aren't necessarily personal vehicles, but you know, maybe if you want to include that, it's the 14th vehicle that you could add to the list. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. I don't know why anyone would ever want to have this many vehicles out at a time, but the fact is you can have 12 personal vehicles out at a time. Also, it is a little weird, I think, how we can have this many quote unquote personal vehicles out at a time, but we actually can't have like the actual vehicles in our garage. We can't have more than one. It's like you're allowing us to have all these other vehicles, but we can't have 2 of the same vehicle or 2 of our vehicles from our garage out at a time. Again, maybe that's Rockstar logic. It's just a little weird, little unfortunate perhaps. The only little negative is that some of these, I don't know specifically which ones, but some of them will despawn if you decide to like fly far away. It's not all of them. It's only like 3, I think, 3 or 4, but some of them will despawn. That's the only negative part. But yeah, it's an interesting thing that might be useful to someone out there if they were curious. So there you guys have it. This is how many personal vehicles you can have out in GTA Line in 2022. If Rockstar ever add more to this list, we will make an updated video in the future. But until then, this is what we got. If by any chance I somehow missed a vehicle, let us know in the comments, but I'm pretty sure this is the full list. Thank you guys for watching though. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy, subscribe for more GTA content. And as always, I'll see you all in the next one.